Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Breaking Chains, Escaping Stockholm Syndrome, My Life with Social Anxiety. This is episode 12, and right now it is December 3rd, 2017, 7:54 p.m., Sunday. Anyway, so I'm trying to change up my videos, make them at least a little bit more entertaining, which is very difficult to do because we're such a boring life. But it doesn't always have to be about my depression or how I feel about that girl. Although I'll probably go back to that at some point. That's one of the main reasons for why I'm doing this video, this series. But anyway, I've mentioned before that I'm vegan, whether it's in my other videos and other playlists or it's in this series. So I was thinking, some of the things that you could really use for your everyday cakes and whatnot would be these kinds of soy milks. These are not regular type of soy milk. You can see that this one is chocolate flavor, this one is almond coconut, and this one is vanilla. If you're looking to try something a little different, if you think that regular soy milk is a little too bland for you, or if you're not really interested in almond milk, you can try these flavors: Silk, Almond Breeze, and Silk. I'm not sponsored by anyone, I'm just showing you. I've tried chocolate one before. I believe it was from the Almond Breeze brand. I'm not too sure. It was another brand, but picked this one up today. Yeah, not today, but recently. Sorry, I just had to get my cat out of the way. But yeah, I suggest that you try these, even if you're not vegan. If you don't like drinking milk, or if you're willing to try something a little bit different, give these a chance. Give peace a chance. I don't pay too much mind to nutrition facts, but if you're interested, you can take a look here, see what's available to you. Yeah, I know that it's blurry. But if you're a milk and cookies kind of person, these are a good substitute. If you just enjoy drinking milk by itself, these are a good substitute. You can try them with your pancakes. You can try them with your oatmeal, your farina, and cream of wheat, your cakes. Whatever it is, give them a chance. You never know until you give it a chance. And these chocolate ones are really good. They make for a good snack. How can a drink be a snack? Come on, man, just follow me. Yeah, no, I'm actually at my washing machine right now. Look, I'm not staring at my bed in a wall. This is my washing machine. Here you can see some spider webs and cobwebs and what have you. Does the food have to be labeled as vegan for it to be vegan? Well, actually, no, it doesn't. As long as it doesn't have any milk or other dairy products, any eggs, or any meat, including fish and poultry, then it's vegan. And that's more from a dietary standpoint. Some people take veganism to more of an ethical standpoint, and they wouldn't even want anything that has palm oil. Well, that's not necessarily dietary veganism, that's just veganism of a more conscious level, and that's fine. But if you're looking to start out with just dietary veganism, the food doesn't have to be marketed as vegan for it to be vegan. You can find some cookies and some cake mixes that don't have eggs and don't have dairy. So it's a cake mix. I doubt that it has eggs. I doubt that it has meat and fish. So it's vegan. If it doesn't say eggs or milk, then it's likely vegan. Keep in mind, eggs and milk are allergens. So they're almost legally required to have these two things listed, especially shellfish and nuts. If you don't have a nut allergy, then it doesn't concern you. But as far as veganism, eggs, meat, dairy, and shellfish, these are some of the main allergens. So if you're looking at some cake and you look like to make your own cake, just grab a box, and if it doesn't have any eggs or dairy, then it's a vegan cake mix. And this cake mix, you don't have to worry about it having meat in it or any poultry or shellfish. As far as cookies, the same rule applies. If it has to be listed, it's an allergen, so that helps to make it a little bit easier, and it helps to make your pocket a little bit happier, because sometimes vegan foods, as they're designated as vegan, they may be a little more expensive than other products. But if it's not designated as vegan but happens to be vegan, then that's really a good thing for you. This brand also has some vegan yogurts. I know that's a bit of a jump, but I have to pause the video for a moment. I was trying to find something that I can help you with veganism, but I don't really have any vegan products here. I just have a bunch of vegetables and fruits, and we already know that that's vegan. But one day I'll do some more groceries and get specific products that are vegan, and I'll show you what's available. Maybe I'll do a cooking tutorial, and you guys can see what's available to you. Okay, on to something else. I can talk about veganism forever and ever, but that gets boring after a while to some people. To those who know me, or to those who may have watched some of my other videos during my comic book series, you'll know that Superman is my favorite character, my favorite comic book character. And I would say that maybe my second one is Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, and my third one would be Barry Allen's Flash. Now, what even fewer people know is that there was a time in my life where I was actually learning how to tattoo, and I had a bunch of tattoo equipment, and I had a bunch of tattoo magazines. Of course, here's my cat. They always feel the need to get in my face when I'm doing something. I still have all of my stuff, or at least most of it. Some of the stuff I'm sure has been used up, but yeah, you see I have my needles, and I have my tattoo machine, and I have a bunch of paints. I didn't get far in my tattoo tutelage, but I tried. I gave it a chance. I can always return it. I have the rest of my life to return to whatever it is that I have an interest in. I would practice on orange peels. I'd practice on the fake skin. I might have even practiced on some banana peels before. Maybe one day I can film it. But my machine itself is so-so. But the motor, and it has a pedal, and it connects to like a box, and then that box connects to an outlet at the wall, and then you connect it to your tattoo machine. It's kind of a bunch of different things. It's a contraption. I never really fully got it to work too well. How can guys in prison make tattoo machines, and it just didn't work out for me? I'm just not good at stuff. But it was fun. I had a slight apprenticeship, but the guy was so ghetto and the place was so dirty. I went there once. Oh, you should have given it a chance. No, sometimes you have to know how to see problems before they happen. And he was ghetto. The place was broken down. The place was right across the street from a police precinct. It just wasn't worth my time. It was a really, really shabby, rinky-dink place, and the guy had a bad attitude and didn't have very good reviews online, and it's a waste of time. I can at least say that I had an apprenticeship, but I didn't have an apprenticeship, because that's not an apprenticeship. That's just a waste of time. That was... Ow! See, that's what happens. You stab yourself. I stabbed my finger with one of my machines. Good thing I only experimented on orange peels, banana peels, and fake skin. I knew enough not to tattoo anyone because I wasn't skilled on that level. And coincidentally enough, the guy who quote-unquote gave me an apprenticeship, quote-unquote, wanted me to start tattooing people. Now, how irresponsible is that? You have an untrained, unskilled guy with sharp needles and a motor in his hand, and you want him to jump on top of someone and start tattooing? You only learn by doing. Not exactly. Not when you have someone's health at risk. How does he know I wouldn't have gone too deep into the skin? How does he know I wouldn't have bruised the person? How does he know that I understand how to sanitize my work area? The person could have come down with an infection, excuse me. But you get the idea. I didn't know about sterilization. I didn't know about autoclave. I didn't know the proper methods to set up my system. I was untrained. I didn't have any training. And he wanted me to start tattooing someone. That's not how you do things. I don't know what became of his business, but sheesh. I'm not going to say his name or say the business name. That's not important right now. But 90% of my stuff is still here. I can easily return to it, and I most likely will. I love tattoos. I have multiple tattoos myself. I would love to go back to it. Okay, so I took everything out. Here are my paints. They're good until 2020. At least I saw on one of the bottles. I'm going to assume that they're all the same. My caps, usually you would put the color in the cap and dip your machine into it. My needles and my machine itself. I'm sure that I have the cables and actual box. Not the box, but the cables and the pedal. Where did I get this stuff from? Well, all of these paints and most of these needles, if not all of them, I probably have more somewhere else. And if you look closely, there are multiple needles in one packet. And these rubber bands and these caps, and my mother gave them to me for Christmas some years back, as well as some tattoo some tattoo books and magazines. No, not magazines, but books. She tried to help me with this passion. I don't know if I could even call it a passion. I just love tattoos itself, and I wanted to learn, but it never caught on. Oh, I can go back to it, of course I can, but sometimes you have to count your losses. But I hope that I can go back to it. The machine itself, it was the machine, some cables, maybe one thing of black ink, and some caps off of eBay for maybe $20. And this was, what, maybe 6 years ago? So yes, it was not great quality, but people in prison do much better with much less. But I just wanted it. So I got it, and I experimented with my tattoos, and I had a fun time for what it was. Sometimes you just have to take the risk. Doesn't mean you spend a lot of money. Doesn't mean that you break the bank and devote your life, but just do something. Take the risk. Enjoy your life. Alright? I don't really have much else to say as regards to my anxiety or how I feel about that. I love my animals, but sometimes I wish I lived where I didn't have any. Look at what she did, and she saw that everything was here. I'm just going to end it on that note. Thank you for listening.